So in today's video, I wanted to talk about this really cool sound that's become very prevalent in the guitar community and music of the last, I don't know, maybe 5 years. And it's this way to get these really, really beautiful modern chords that is a departure from what a lot of us as guitarists start out playing. You know, things like bar chords, things like open chords. And the trick is using these voicings that are called spread triads. And I wanted to give you, first of all, the rundown of kind of what they are and how you can start using them in your playing, as well as some practical examples to get these sounds under your fingers. There's going to be diagrams popping up in the top left corner up here, and you can download those for free from my website, linked down in the description there. So, what is this beautiful modern sound? It is something known as spread triads, and this is where guitarists, rather than say playing something like this, which is just a C bar chord, which many of us are probably familiar with and know, rather than playing that, would play the same three notes, the same chord, so it's going to be C, E, and G, but we play them like this. And they have this huge open sound, even though rather than playing this full and the thing that I find fascinating about these voicings is that even though they have less notes than those big full bar chords I just played, they sound bigger almost because each note has space to breathe. So the way that we get these voicings is, so for example, say I was playing that C major triad. I want the notes C, E, and G. And if I play this big bar chord, so I'm playing 3, 5, 5, 5. If I take away that 5th fret of the G string, so I skip the G string altogether and I just play 3, 5, 5, I'm playing less notes, but all of those notes have room to breathe and give me this really big, lush sound. Those are the minor equivalent of those voicings. But that is one of the hallmarks of kind of modern guitar, this sound where we have these simple 3-note chords, but the way that we arrange them on the guitar kind of gives us this huge expressive range. So let's put them in the context of an actual chord progression. Let's say we were in the key of G major, and let's say our chords are G, E minor, C, and then D. So that would be a 1, 6, 4, 5 progression. It's really, really common. A lot of the time, you know, if it was just a beginner guitar lesson, we'd be playing these big open chords like this. And there's nothing wrong with this. But if I were to put these modern chord progressions behind it, or these modern chord voicings, sorry, we're going to get a little bit bigger of a sound. So here's what that would sound like with these voicings, and then I'll break down what I'm actually doing for you. So this becomes something more like this. And this is beautiful, huge sound. So what am I doing there? I'm playing a G major spread triad voicing. So I'm fingering that like this. 10, 12, 12. There's my G major. Then to get to E minor, I go down to my 7th fret. And then this is the minor spread triad shape on those strings. So this is 7, 9, 8. And I get this beautiful lush sound behind me. Then C, I go down where I would play a C bar chord, but I play this shape instead, and then it goes up to D. And again, that's just taking this really beautiful chord progression, which again, nothing wrong with this down here. But if I want that modern kind of Mateus Assato kind of beautiful modern sound, you know, nice clean guitar, lots of reverb, and huge space for all of these notes to ring out. And this sound also, you can make it even more beautiful by just throwing a slight vibrato or wiggle on each of those. So that might be... gives you this huge kind of sound to work with. Now, let's look at let's look at that same chord progression, but let's put it in a different key. So say I was going to do this same progression, but in the key of C. Now my chords would be C major, which I'm using the same shape as I was before. Then I might play an A minor, and I might go for this lower one here. So this is 5, 7, 5 would be the voicing for a minor chord on these lower strings. Then to get F, maybe I go here. So this is my major shape at my 8th fret. And then I would play G a whole step above that at the 10th fret. So that progression in C would sound like this. Beautiful open sound. Now, let's maybe look at one more chord progression to really give you kind of the sound of this. And here I'm going to take advantage of using an inversion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play another really common chord progression where I'm going to play G, then I'm going to play D over F sharp, to E minor, to F. This is a little bit of a fancier chord progression. It uses some mixed modes, modal interchange, but we can get this beautiful sound. So this is not a crazy uncommon sound to hear, again, with open chords. Maybe it goes... which again is a pretty common kind of chord progression, common sound. But if we were going to take this and put it in that context with these spread triads, I get this beautiful... Now, if we were to do this same chord progression in the key of C, which I did at my previous example in, so why not do it one more time? Now I'm going to be starting down here at my 3rd fret, and I'm going to take that same major shape. It's going to fall to a 3rd and bass major shape, so this is G over B. This is going to fall to an A minor shape, so if I wanted to use this guy again, then I would get B flat, which is going to be that major shape of my 1st fret. So that chord progression in the key of C is going to sound like this. And again, I was actually using a different B flat major voicing there. I did 6, 8, and then 7 right there. So they're the same arrangement of notes, just on a different set of strings. So I just wanted to share these really, really beautiful spread triads, open triads, whatever you want to call them, because there's something that are so simple and so beautiful, but I think a lot of people might miss if they were just listening to some of the amazing modern guitarists of today, like Mateus Asado and guys who are using these big open sounds. They're really simple chords, but they get you really beautiful results. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, I'd really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. It really helps me out more than you could know. If you want to take a guitar lesson with me, there's a link to get in touch with me down in the description. I'd love to work with you on whatever's troubling you on the guitar. If you want to support me in the free educational content that I put out here on my channel, you could subscribe to my Patreon, linked down in the description. All of my patrons get early access to videos as well as cool behind-the-scenes sneak peeks at stuff that I'm working on. You can also purchase my book that's all about scales and arpeggios on the guitar, or my video course that's all about triads on the guitar. And last but not least, I got new videos coming out every single week, so I hope I'll see you in the next one. And until I do, I'll wish you a wonderful day, and I hope you have some fun playing the guitar. Thanks.